Saying no is one of the most powerful skills we can learn in life, yet for many of us, it's also one of the most difficult. From childhood, we're taught to be agreeable, to help out, to lend a hand. We're conditioned to believe that saying yes makes us good people, that it brings us closer to others. But over time, as our plates fill up and our energy starts to wane, we realize that saying yes to everything comes at a cost. The art of saying no gracefully isn't about shutting people out. It's about honoring ourselves and the people around us with honesty, respect, and clarity. Imagine waking up on a Monday morning, your schedule already packed. The phone rings. A colleague asks if you can take on just one more project. Your heart sinks. You want to help, but you know that adding more to your workload could mean sacrificing precious time with your family or pushing yourself toward burnout. In that moment, you have a choice. You could say yes, as you always have, pushing your own needs to the side. Or you could take a deep breath and say no. But how do you do it without feeling guilty? How do you decline gracefully without fracturing relationships or opportunities? The answer lies in understanding the deeper meaning behind our yes and our no. Each time we say yes to something, we are saying no to something else, often to ourselves. When we learn to say no with kindness, we not only protect our own well-being, but we also set an example for the people around us. We show them that boundaries are healthy, that self-respect is essential, and that authentic connection is built on honesty. The first step in mastering this skill is self-awareness. Before we can say no to others, we need to know our own limits. Take a moment to reflect. What are your priorities? What brings you energy? What drains you? When you're clear on what matters most, it becomes easier to recognize when a request doesn't align with your values or your capacity. For example, if your highest priority is spending quality time with your children in the evenings, taking on extra work might not be the right choice, even if you feel pressure to please your boss. Next, practice pausing before you respond to requests. Many of us default to yes out of habit, eager to avoid awkwardness or disappointment. But giving yourself a moment to think can make all the difference. You might say, "Let me check my schedule and get back to you," or "I need to think about this before I commit." This pause creates space for honest reflection and prevents impulsive agreements you might later regret. When the time comes to deliver your answer, be direct, but gentle. There's no need for elaborate excuses or apologies. A simple, heartfelt response is often best. For example, "Thank you for thinking of me. I really appreciate the opportunity, but I have to say no this time." Or, "I'm honored you asked, but I'm unable to help right now." These words are respectful and clear, and they communicate your decision without inviting negotiation or guilt. Sometimes, you may want to soften your no by offering an alternative. If you can't take on a project, perhaps you can suggest a colleague who might be a good fit. If you can't attend an event, maybe you can connect with the host another time. This gesture shows that you care, even if you can't say yes. It's important to remember that you are not responsible for other people's feelings. While it's natural to worry about disappointing someone, you are not obligated to sacrifice your own well-being to meet every request. True friends, colleagues, and loved ones will respect your boundaries, even if they're initially disappointed. Over time, your consistency and honesty will build trust and mutual respect. Boundaries are not walls, they're bridges to healthier relationships. By saying no when you need to, you teach others how to treat you, and you give them permission to do the same. Imagine a world where everyone felt free to express their limits without fear of judgment or rejection. Imagine how much more genuine, supportive, and connected our communities would be. Of course, saying no isn't always easy. Sometimes the stakes feel high. Maybe it's your boss asking for overtime, or a close friend needing a big favor. In these moments, it helps to remember your why. Why are you saying no? Is it to protect your health? To honor a promise to your family? To conserve your energy for what matters most? Keeping your reasons close to your heart can help you stand firm, even when it's hard. It also helps to practice self-compassion. Saying no can trigger guilt, anxiety, or self-doubt. These feelings are normal, and they don't mean you're doing something wrong. Remind yourself that you are allowed to have boundaries. You are allowed to choose how you spend your time and energy. You are allowed to prioritize your own needs, just as you care for the needs of others. As you grow more comfortable with the skill of saying no, you'll notice positive changes in your life. You'll feel less overwhelmed and more present. Your relationships will become more authentic, rooted in honesty and mutual respect. People will come to value your time and your word, knowing that when you say yes, you truly mean it. Saying no is not about rejection. It's about intention. It's about making choices that honor who you are and what you value. It's about creating space in your life for the things and people that matter most. And it's about trusting that, by caring for yourself, you are better able to care for others. In a world that often equates busyness with worth, choosing to say no can feel revolutionary. But it is in these small acts of courage that we reclaim our power, our peace, and our purpose. The next time someone asks for your time, your energy, or your commitment, pause. Listen to your heart. And if the answer is no, say it with grace, with kindness, and with confidence. You are not selfish for setting boundaries. You are wise, you are strong, and you are worthy of living a life that reflects your deepest values. Remember, every no you say today is a yes to something else, something that truly matters to you. And that is the most graceful gift you can give to yourself and to the world.